This is just terrific. Welcome to the Chesscraft International Tournament, Round 5, and this is the third elimination phase where only 16 contestants are left to play, including the top 6 which now will join the battlefield. For this round, the board they will play on is called Leapy McCrook and has been made by the ex-Mad Chess candidate Elias, and the mechanisms are so aggressive that you can very quickly be destroyed in only few moves. Time for the explanations. On this board, your royal piece is a monkey king which moves and attacks like a knight, so you have to checkmate this piece to win the game. On your army, you'll find a gorilla which moves and attack like a rook but not backwards. A giraffe which moves and attacks with this long leaping movement, a unicorn which moves like a queen and knight but captures only like a knight, and finally an empress which moves and captures like a knight and a rook. The peasants are regular pawns, except they don't double move nor capture en passant. However, they promote on the 7th rank to any piece I mentioned earlier. So you see that the kind of games played here will be much violent than before. So let's give an example to begin with the game opposing ancient space aliens against Starfire. This is the shortest game of this round with only 15 moves. Unicorn to b2, unicorn to g7, d4, d5, and c4 challenging the center. Empress to b7 preventing any push and unicorn g to e2. We have unicorn to d6 adding pressure on the center, and unicorn e to d3 preparing to push. Unicorn g to d7 was best but black preferred to play h5, so white pushes on c5 and after peasant captures and unicorn recaptures, black is forced to save the empress. So we have empress to c7 which is a small mistake because it allows giraffe to b4 threatening the empress with tempo, so empress to e7. e4 challenging the center, a5 hitting the giraffe. Giraffe to e3 gaining a tempo over the unicorn, and unicorn to b7 aiming to clear the center. But unicorn b to d3 maintains the structure. Giraffe to c7 attacking the d4 peasant, unicorn d to c3 defending which can be seen as a mistake because after unicorn captures and peasant recaptures, d4 wins a piece. However, this is a nasty trap because white played unicorn to c4 threatening to checkmate on d6 next move. Not only black didn't see it but he captured the giraffe allowing a slightly more violent mate with empress to d8, checkmate. White is a beast. With that said, let's now move to the second game of this round which opposed Dark Soul against Martialist. This game showed that the pattern of the monkey king can be very tricky compared to a classic king. e4, e5, d4, c5, d5, unicorn to g7, c4, f5, and unicorn to g2 which is a small mistake because it allowed giraffe to f5 kicking the unicorn, then giraffe to d4 check, and after giraffe captures and peasant recaptures, black gets a better position. f4 challenging the structure, b5 countering, and after peasant captures and peasant recaptures, unicorn to a5 preparing to sneak. We have giraffe to f6 defending c6 and attacking on e4, and here white thought he could go for a classic rook fork, but the monkey king acts like a knight. Ouch. So white played g4 putting pressure on the f-file, but after peasant captures, peasant recaptures, giraffe captures, giraffe recaptures, and peasant recaptures, black completely dominates the center thanks to a very cool use of his two giraffes. But the field is now open so white played unicorn to b6 attacking the gorilla and threatening a fork on e6. But black didn't see it and played unicorn to d7 aiming to kick the unicorn. But white also didn't see the fork so unicorn captures with check and monkey king recaptures. We have empress to c1 aiming to push the peasant, but unicorn to c5 stops the plan, so gorilla to a2 which is a complete blunder. Did you see it? Unicorn to d3 check winning the empress on trade for a unicorn and a peasant. Here white is completely lost as black by a series of forcing combinations can very easily chase the monkey king and checkmate him, with on the longest variation a spectacular mate by unicorn discovery. But Martialist didn't see it. So he took his time to develop all the pieces, go for the monkey king, trade the main defenders and chase the monkey king. Dark Soul tried a counter-attack, But after forgetting one more time the Monkey King pattern, he decided to resign the game. Alright, let's move to the third game of this round, which opposed Colindre against A1H2QC. In this sport, blunders are really hard to see, so don't be surprised at this game. E4, C5, D4, Giraffe to F7, Unicorn to G2, and Giraffe to C6 attacking B3. White ignored the threat and played Unicorn B to D3, putting pressure on C5. Gorilla to H7 controlling the 7th rank, and finally B4. Black found a nice combination with Giraffe captures, Unicorn recaptures and C4 gaining a tempo over the Unicorn. Unicorn to E7 defending G6, Giraffe to G4 attacking the Gorilla, Gorilla to G7, Empress to E3 attacking C4, G5 counter-attacking, and Unicorn to H5 counter-attacking. As the Gorilla was defended by the Monkey King, Black played B5 to defend, and here comes D5 trying to open the game. E5 was best, but Black panicked for some reason and took the peasant, which is completely losing because of a forced mate in 7 moves. Do you see it? Here is the solution. But of course White didn't see it, and after Monkey King to C7, he grabbed the free Gorilla. So the game continued with Gorilla to A7 freeing some space, and after Giraffe to D4 check and Monkey King to A8, A4 trying to break the defense. Black found a nice counter with Unicorn captures, Empress recaptures and Gorilla captures. But White captured on B5 and the mate threats are really serious. So White played Unicorn to B6, completely blundering mate in 2. But again White didn't see it and sacrificed an Empress for nothing. Bruh. Because even if the peasant is close to promotion, Black still has enough resources to stop it, so he completely ignored the threat and played D5. Giraffe to A3 check followed by B5 was best, but Black promoted to snap back the Gorilla. And now White is completely losing as he has no strong advantage to counter Black's Empress. So it took only few moves before A1HQ2C finished the game very quickly. This board is really full of surprises. Speaking of surprises, let's have a look at the next game, which opposed Midsons and Philo. This game is aggressive as hell, no concessions at all. D4, C5, E4, and Philo immediately captured on D4. After Empress recaptures, Giraffe to C7 kicking back. Then comes D5 challenging the center, Giraffe to F2, Unicorn to C6 defending E5, and F4 adding pressure. We have Giraffe to F7 attacking on E4, but Midsons played Unicorn to E2, so Philo captured on E4, and after Empress captures check and Gorilla recaptures. White played Unicorn B to D1 to avoid a peasant push. We have F5, B4, Giraffe to F6, G4 trying to open, Unicorn to C4, G5 attacking the Giraffe, and after peasant captures and peasant recaptures, Giraffe to E3 sneaking in. White here decided to trade, then played Giraffe to C2 to save a peasant. However, Midsons totally forgot that Philo could play Unicorn to D3 check, winning the Giraffe. So he decided to play Gorilla to H2 to kick the Unicorn. But this is also a blunder because of Unicorn to G4. The Gorilla is now trapped and about to be taken, and even with the best defense scenario, this is still a nightmare for White, as Black is gonna be able to promote his pawns at the end of the day. But White did an even worse move by capturing, as we go for a pretty similar scenario, at the difference that Black didn't lose any material and controls the second rank. So the position is completely winning for Black, and no matter what White does capture, he can safely promote his peasants. No check or anything else seem really to disturb him as he's winning. But believe it or not, because he's not paying attention, Black is about to get completely destroyed by White's brilliant counter plan. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. Very surprising indeed. Let's move now to the fifth game of the round, which opposed Sky History and GD Aylson. This is surely one of the most disappointing games of the round. Be prepared. Giraffe to c2, e5, f4, d5, unicorn to d2, unicorn to d6, and d4. We have peasant captures and peasant recaptures, and here black could recapture thanks to a pin trick, but he instead played unicorn to c5. We have empress to f2 unpinning, unicorn to e3, and unicorn to d3, doing things. Black played giraffe to b5. And after giraffe captures and peasant recaptures, unicorn to f3, putting pressure on e5. For some reason, black gave a free pawn and retired back the unicorn to c5, allowing a unicorn trade. After giraffe to f3, we have empress to b8 attacking b3. So empress to b2 defending. c4 putting pressure, before cutting the threats, and empress forking a3 and c3. But white found the winning reply. Empress takes c4 defending everything. We have unicorn to f7 defending d6, monkey king to g2, and c5 attacking b4. a4 was best, but white preferred to capture on c5, but this allows black to check on b2, so he played empress to b3, which does absolutely nothing. So we have gorilla h to b1, forcing black to retreat, and after empress captures and gorilla recaptures, c6, and white is about to promote next move. As black already controls the square, he plays gorilla to c4 attacking c3, but here comes gorilla to b8 check, monkey king to c7 blocking the peasant, giraffe to b4 check, even capturing on f6 was best. Monkey king to b5, and gorilla to f8 removing the last defender of the promotion square. Black just gave up and captured on c3, so c7 promoting to empress check, king to d6, gorilla to d1 check, and monkey king takes c4. Here white had a completely crazy forced combination to checkmate black, the longest variation being 9 moves long with a nice mate. But white didn't see and preferred to get a long but satisfying endgame by promoting to a second empress and finish off. That also works. The next game of this round opposed his R Pride against PXL, but was even more disappointing as PXL resigned before the game starts. So we directly go to the 7th game of this round, which opposed Cargill against Napoli. I have no words, you'll see. Unicorn to c2, d5, c4, b5 adding pressure, peasant captures, giraffe recaptures hitting the unicorn, unicorn to c3, g5, e4 hitting the giraffe, giraffe to g6, g4, and here come the very aggressive unicorn to g3, forking 2 pieces. So unicorn to f2, and everything is defended. But black wanted to get rid of the gorilla, so unicorn captures and unicorn recaptures, and empress to d4 planning to sneak in. The only problem is that white has a giraffe, so black gave him a completely full piece. Ouch. So we have gorilla to d8 attacking the giraffe, giraffe back to c1, and unicorn to e7. This is now time for white to attack, so unicorn to c5 attacking e6. Here black didn't defend and played giraffe to d7. But here white didn't even capture, because he played an spectacular move that none of you could ever find. The move is unicorn to f5. Yeah, you need some explanations. Actually the game crashed and Napoli tried to recreate the position, but he was surely drunk or something. Just see. Alright, we can now continue the game. So after unicorn to f5, black decided to play unicorn to e7. I solemnly swear that this game is real and not invented by ChatGPT. So white captured on d6 forking 2 pieces and black defended with unicorn to c7. We have empress to f3 attacking f6, gorilla defending the square and attacking the unicorn, unicorn to f8 attacking back the gorilla, giraffe to d5, and after unicorn captures and unicorn recaptures, empress captures and the position becomes tense. Gorilla to a7 defending from mate in 1, giraffe to f2 threatening to check, and unicorn to e8 challenging the empress, so empress takes h6. Black played giraffe to e7 attacking again the empress, but this is a big blunder that cost the game. Just see. Okay, it's now time to talk about the last game which opposed 1254 against Mariaka Hawaii. This is the most beautiful game played so far on the whole tournament, and you'll see that the gorillas can be just insane. Let's go. c4, c5, f4, f5, before, giraffe to f2, g4, unicorn to g7, unicorn to f3, and g5. A very tense opening. We have giraffe to f2 adding pressure, and as black couldn't defend with any more piece, he exchanged the peasants. Giraffe to c7 adding pressure to the other side. And white decided to defend the structure with his own monkey king, very aggressive. We have unicorn to c6 adding even more pressure, and giraffe to c3 which is a mistake, but as black seemed concerned about her peasant on b6, empress to c8 defending, so white took a chance to push on b5, and after peasant captures and peasantry captures, black found a lovely check on d4, and after unicorn captures and giraffe recaptures, the position gets better for her. Unicorn to b3 kicking the giraffe, and a4 trying to keep a decent structure. But black found the nasty c4 threatening some discover attacks. So white captured on c4, and after empress recaptures, this seems now too complicated to defend. However, black found the great empress captures check, forcing an empress exchange at the cost of giraffe. But white planned everything because after gorilla to d1 check, monkey king to b7, gorilla to d7 check, and king to d6, the giraffe is gained back. But the backfire is never far away for white. And black came with a big combo with gorilla h to c8 check, monkey king to d4, gorilla takes a4 check, monkey king to e2, unicorn to c3 check, monkey king to g3 and giraffe to e4, with a trade trap. White found the best defense with unicorn to d2. But black is still completely winning after giraffe captures, unicorn recaptures, peasant captures, peasant recaptures, gorilla captures, and gorilla captures. Black could have taken the unicorn, but gorilla takes g4 check was played. White played monkey king to h1, which is a terribly bad move because it still loses the unicorn, but black preferred to defend herself from gorilla check. But karma is karma, and white striked back with unicorn to f7 check, with a fork on the gorilla. But black found a brilliant counter with monkey king to e4, threatening mate in 1 with the gorilla, and white's unicorn can't defend 2 spots at once. But 1254 found the brilliant reply unicorn to f6 check, winning the gorilla and defending. But this is not over as white played monkey king back to e4 threatening again mate in 1, but white defended with unicorn to g3, so black took on b5, showing that despite being down a useless gorilla, he now has 2 passed pawns and is planning to promote. But white can play for a draw thanks to his gorilla that prevents zugzang, and actually 1254 claimed a draw here. But Maria found the winning combination with a crazy monkey king opposition tactic, and after getting a new empress, it took only few moves to trap the monkey king in a corner and finish the game. Very good job. And this is with this last game that ends the round 5 of the Chesscraft International Tournament. I hope you enjoyed it. Here is the actual state of the tournament with only 8 contestants left. I can grant you that the next round will be even more crazy. See you then.